Alrighty. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope y'all doing well. Once again, I am back with Driving Really Fast. Back with more F122. Hopefully today we will have a good race. Last time I think we raced at Silverstone. I want to say it was a race in Britain, but I can't remember what race was it. It was Great Britain, that's right. It was Silverstone. Okay. Aha, my memory. It's not as bad as I think. But today we're, as we can see, going to Austria here. So have we gone to have not gone to Austria yet. Gone to Australia. Okay. Alright. But that is the plan for today. And also, hopefully, gain a little bit more of a gap on Lewis Hamilton for our rivalry. Get another win. And hopefully, continue to expand our gap on our teammate for the championship. Hopefully all of my parts will be fitted where I want what I want them, but we'll see. Apparently Ferrari has the better car at the moment, but nah, we're still the better racer. But alright. July 4th, let's see. Our contract expires on July 11th, so hopefully we can get a better contract here. And then we can actually get some driver perks going. So. But let's advance some time.
Our new parts have completed without issue.
So I think we're going to be racing the Grand Prix, and then after that we're going to be hopefully negotiating a solid contract. Let's see, do we want the Ferrari F8 or the Roma? Let's do time attack with the F8. Because why not? It's raining a little bit here. Alright, we need 3:35 in the rain. 2 laps. Race against the clock to complete the required number of laps in the fastest possible time. Let's get it, let's get it. I haven't raced in Austria, I don't think. So I have no idea. See the track limit. Stupid. I'm assuming 3:35 is for both laps. So let's see, 3:30, 1:45 I think is what we need for a single lap. Or maybe 3:35 is just for one lap, I don't know. that the finish line on the next turn or two? Might be. We can get there by 145, I think. We'll be fine. Of course, the rain doesn't help, but that wasn't exceeding track limits. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Alright, I think we're looking good. Yeah, this 145 per lap. We're chilling. Just gotta be careful on a couple turns here. We should be fine though. Well, good thing I did the time attack because this is giving me a little bit of good practice for the actual track. That was a little bit better turn than our first lap there. Alright, coming up on 30 seconds to go. We're in the last sector now though. Did cut a little close on the first lap for our time, but hopefully we've had better corners the second lap here, so we should be good, especially since we're coming up on the last straightaway right here anyways. Oh, we still got 10 seconds. Beautiful. Oh, like what, 28 or something? I don't even think we got to 330. $327. Beautiful, beautiful. See, didn't even need all 7 more. We didn't even need 7 seconds there. Like I said, alright first lap. Great second. Beautiful. Alright, race 11. I think of 22 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down at the bottom. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. France to Abu Dhabi's 11. And then this is round 11, so yeah, 22. Halfway there. And we already have 200 points, 400 as a team. So we potentially could get to 800 points for the Constructors' Championship, and then potentially 500, but more than likely just about 480-ish. Just for ourselves, which is going to be absolutely insane. But let's go to race weekend. Hopefully it will be nice weather, but if it is rainy / wet, oh well. I think Austria is going to be fast track. I mean, with the F8, we were 145, so we could be seeing some 80-second lap times here. You know, minute 20. Especially with nice weather, soft compound, potentially, even medium. A little bit of rain during practice 1 and the sprint. Ooh, okay, so we have practice 1, qualifying, practice 2, a sprint, and then the full race with 71 laps. So yeah, it's going to be a very fast track. Alright, Ollie, what you got for me? 2 hard compounds, 4 medium, and 6 soft compounds. Okay. We got our internal combustion engine completed and a turbo durability. Both of those completed perfect. Fit a number of new developments to the car. Try to let us know how you feel. Will do, Ollie. Mark, what you got for me weather-wise? Qualifying's gonna be just fine. The race will probably be just fine. I think we can either do a soft to medium compound or a medium to soft. Or potentially have a 2-stop and do a soft, medium, soft. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that sprint gonna be a little interesting to see with that rain for most of it. Qualifying looks dry, but there's a real danger of rain in the race itself. Okay. Working on a higher downforce setup in practice. It'll slow us down in quality, but might be a good call if we do have a wet race. That's fair. Thanks, Mark. Alright. Ollie, what you got for me here? Wanted to send around an update on our estimated performance progress against our closest rivals. You can see relative movement over the past few races in the attached graph in each. With that, you know where to find me. No, I don't know where to find you, but okay. Yeah, Ferrari's definitely making quite a jump there. I want to say that race we finished 20. I think that's us. 20th was Monaco. And then yeah. I don't know, we'll see. Practice and session lengths all full as always. 4 races to go here. This would be race number 2, I think, with having Lewis as our rival. So we got the gearbox fitted, but I think we did that last race. Still waiting on everything else. Everything else is still pending. We might be good. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Alright. I think we should be fine, especially since we got 2 laps extra of practice on this track with the F8 there, with those, whatever it's called. So, let's go to practice 1. Where was he seeing? Didn't show any practice, but it is probably going to be a little wet, but that's fine. Alright. On to practice 1. Let's get it, let's get it. And it's already raining. Sweet. That's fine. We do have practice 2, so we can probably just use practice 1 as warm up, I guess. Get used to the track for sure. Alright, let's see what we got. Race strategy on wet compound. Sweet. Everything's on wet compound. Okay. Set optimal.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Ooh, did we get... We didn't get all of the parts, I don't think, but we did get the 2, so I don't know. Okay, what do we want to do? 5 laps, 3 laps, 3 laps. Stay within 2 meters of the racing line.
Okay, recommend taking wet tires in the current conditions.
Gearbox, activate DRS easily. Okay, so let's do series of gates placed around each corner on the track. Oh yeah, I can do that. Okay. So let's do this one first, yeah. We'll do a flying lap, why not? Let's get it, let's get it. we've got control, alright. That first turn might be a little tricky, but we should be fine. Alright, at least we got it. We got the checkpoint there. If I remember correctly, we need an optimal third sector. Third sector's gonna be super fast. Yeah, that flew by.
Great stuff, mate. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the course of the weekend.
You've already nailed this circuit one lap into any programs. You know, 119 with wets, oh, we might be seeing 70-second times here then. Yeah, this is gonna be a very, very quick race. I don't know about quick because we do have 70 laps. But, like, just each lap is gonna be very quick.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job.
We actually got the
You
race
a lot
line,
of
holy
valuable
shit.
information out of that. Well done.
I might have to redo this one for the DRS. Because I should have already gotten that one, but DRS may not be active with the rain, so we might have to redo this one with practice 2.
The rain's getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out.
Or we might just be able to redo it within practice 1 potentially, I don't know.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Oh, here's the... okay. Interesting. I don't have control suite. But yeah, in the rain, minute 18? Shit. So that's gonna be something that we look at for the other two programs here for practice. Because if we don't get the DRS, yeah, I don't think we got them.
With conditions as they are, I'd suggest you take a set of full wets.
I can't, yeah. Okay. So we'll definitely wait until practice 2 to do that one again. Using minimal fuel, activate DRS, can't do that. Okay. Without leaving the track, that'll be easy. We can get that pretty quickly. Without leaving the track, attack. Fuck. We might be able to do that one. Let's try it. And then if we can get the 50 points or over, if we can get both resource rewards, then we'll move on to qualifying. Since I need practice 2 for the other programs, since they're DRS required.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Hydration. I just got onto the track, man. Yo, gamer, how's it going, man?
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Out of the way, AlphaTauri. What happened to your game? What do you mean? English. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to ask. What game crashed? AlphaTauri's gonna be a pain in my ass for this program, I can already tell. You're 124, okay. It happens a lot. Interesting. I'm taking it inside. I'm getting past this AlphaTauri. I need him behind me. I'm not gonna deal with that for the rest of this. Especially with us being out for 5 laps. How well were you doing in the game before it crashed?
Super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Alright, we'll try to get a clean lap here then. We didn't have a clean lap because of the stupid AlphaTauri. I think with Sonoda, couldn't get past him for like 4 turns, 4 corners. Seven goals and 6 assists. Shit. Yeah, that's a bad time for a game to crash with that kind of stat line. Damn. Shit. Yeah, tends to happen with the game crashing. You gotta replay the game. Did you at least have a decent kind of replay game, or?
Great lap. You nailed exactly what we asked for. Keep it up.
Nice. Five goals and 3 assists. Nah. Yeah, definitely not as good as your previous stat line. Especially since you probably could have had even more goals or even more goals and assists in that first game. Alright, Haas, Lee Schumacher. Which driver are you? He's on intermediates.
Super job so
Interesting.
far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Put him on intermediate tires? What the hell? I guess I did enter this program with it being a little bit more heavy rain, so it would probably piss me off too if I had, ended up could have had the better game. Like you almost have 15 points in a single game, and then it's just all that's gone. That would piss me off a little bit too. So what's your, I guess either what's the record or what's your personal best
Great lap. You nailed
Slash-
exactly what we asked for.
slash
Keep it up.
record for points in game? And 13 is okay. So I guess on another thing on the bright side is at least it wasn't potentially wasn't going to be your best points game. Still sucks that you get screwed out of a game like that, but at least you weren't, or were you on pace to kind of break that?
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
I can just never get that damn tire wear. I don't know how to do it. It's whatever. Okay, I just cannot set a fast sector 1 time right now, apparently. It's fine. Other people are having the same issue. Interesting. Okay, so we have qualifying next, which we should be able to do fairly easily, especially with nice weather. And then we're just gonna have to wait for practice 2 to get the other 2 programs complete for the DRS portions. But let's go on to qualifying.
And with the cars now over the line, let's see
Action
our top
13.
3 again. Sainz,
Holy
Hamilton,
shit.
and Charles Leclerc. What an incredible practice
I-
session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the
Yikes,
weekend
okay.
unfolds.
Yeah, we've already got guys setting 70-second times here. Of course, I didn't. I quit after. It's fine. Alright. Practice tool will be nice and clear, so we'll be able to get a fast time there and actually see what we can get during the race, potentially. Alright, go to track. Okay. I'm just gonna drive out.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
So, I think it was Leclerc on top. He set a 77-second time. Got a McLaren out on the track. Damn. So I'm hoping for maybe 65 then. Like potentially set a 65 lap time. We should. We should be good to move on with qualifying. But we can always keep an eye on times and see where everybody's at. Yeah, that McLaren, Matt Norris, or I don't remember who the other McLaren driver is, but yeah, we've given ourselves plenty of space between us and the McLaren there, so. And we're coming up on the final sector, so we'll start gunning the throttle here now. Let's get it, let's get it. Ah, shit. Stick to the outside, just long enough for us to pass. Beautiful. .65, Ricardo was the McLaren on the track. We hit 70 flat. Perfect.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
See if we can set another fast time here. I'm a little nervous because like this track is, I'm doing decent slash alright, but it's like Monaco where everybody else is just a little faster. Definitely those 2 corners. Turn 1 and that turn there are definitely my slowest corners here on the track. But hopefully during the race we can use some good maneuvers and fight for position. Might be able to get 109 here. 110. Now that is basically 110. Missed it by 1,000th of a second. Damn. Okay, that turn was good. I guess that's turn 2. Not turn 1, but it's fine. We're gonna have to pit after this lap, but that's fine. I don't think anybody else is gonna hit a 110 time. If they do hit 110, it's gonna be like 110.5 or something. I didn't turn early. I mean, that's still fast time, but yeah. I have 0.7 a lap. Yeah, we'll just go back to the garage. That's fine. What kind of snack you get? Okay. Yeah, right now we're on top. This signs already has a 110.6, basically 7. Nobody's on the track right now. We got 5 minutes left. There goes Ricardo and Norris again. You look for Ferrari on the track. There goes everybody. Except Ferraris, I think. But 90 seconds left. We're looking good with our minute 10 flat. And Ferraris are not going out. Perfect. Cereal? Ah. Is cereal technically a snack? Oh, Hamilton set just a wee bit faster time than Sainz with a 110.6, but it's an 8.3. Beat him by 100th of a second there. Alright, on to qualifying 2. Where does qualifying? That's where, okay. So, I think Max just needs to finish top 10 here, which if he can get another 111 flat or even a 110 something, he should be good for top 10. But, alright. Let's hope qualifying 2 goes either about the same or even better.
Check's complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Alright, we got 4 laps of fuel. Hopefully we can get 3 laps of qualifying in. Alright, we got Max behind us. We might let Max pass us, I don't know. Whatever the light blue team is, I can't remember what it is. Might be Alpine, I think. We're gonna try to let him get just enough of a gap where we don't get stuck behind him with the 110 on. Just gotta be wary of Max behind me though, so I can't just take my time and get enough space that I want. I don't know, it's gonna be a little tough. Alright, here we go though. See what we can do. See what we can do. I'm not gonna be I'm not promised 3 laps of fuel, so I'm just gonna try for 2, and then hope for that 3rd. If we can pass the Alpine lap 1 here, we should be good to set a fast time on lap 2. If he's gonna set a fast time, we shouldn't have to worry about catching up to him then. Looking good for 111. 109.8. Beautiful. That's what I was hoping for last.
Okay, just
qualifying.
2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Did Alonso get traded? It's Alpine. Thank you, Alonso. I don't remember Alonso being on Alpine. He might have been, and I just don't remember, because I think it's been like a week since the last time I raced. Might have been like Monday, though, as well, I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see if we can catch up to this. God, I don't remember this name. Who knew that the fast turn's gonna be my biggest struggle? No shot of setting a faster time though. What the hell? 109.3, jeez. See what we can do here on this final lap, then. Good second sector, just that first one. So we might be hitting 110 here, but that'll be good enough anyways. Since we've already got 109. It's really gonna depend up to that turn going downhill. Jeez, another 109.3. Yeah, I guess it could be a snack, depending on how much you eat, or depending on how much you get. But alright, 109. Beautiful. Yeah, Leclerc and signs of Ferrari. I don't remember where Alonso was. But yeah, good time for us. Shit. Leclerc with a 110.3. Okay, so everybody's having fast times here. Max already up to 110.6. Nice. So look out for Mercedes and Ferraris on the track then right now. I shouldn't need to set another time or another lap. Okay, there goes Alonso, Gasly, Bottas, Ricardo, Ocon. I think Ferraris and McLarens are done. Sweet. Alright, qualifying 2, done. 109.3, a whole second ahead of Mr. Leclerc there. Damn. Yep, and top 10. Perfect. AlphaTauri. Okay, is that like... Gotcha. Team with Gasly and Sonoda. Gotcha. And then Haas, yeah. Oh, there's another team. That's fine. I can look at standings, can't I? I can. Because, yeah, there's Williams and then Aston Martin. That's right. Okay. So Alpine's like the bright blue. Williams is like a baby blue. Okay. Then AlphaTauri. Okay. I want to try to remember the team so I know who I'm passing during the races. All right. Qualifying 3. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Standing by.
Only got 5 minutes here, so we really got to set a good time. Hopefully another 109 at least. There goes Hamilton. Probably. And somebody's right behind me. Damn. I might let this Alpine pass me another one. He's like way back there, never mind. And everybody's gonna be setting fast times, so we might as well just go. Yeah. No point to try to create a gap, because, like, you know, the Mercedes has already created a solid gap. And thankfully we got in front of this Alpine here, so we're not, like, on his bumper.
Ironically, the fear of long words is called hippopotamonstrosa. The 36-letter word was first used in the 1st century BCE to criticize writers with an unreasonable penchant for long words.
Yeah, sounds about right. Alright, let's get it. Ricardo and Norris. So they must pass. Beautiful. I thought he was going to hit us. I was going to the inside there.
The Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller during the summer. That's due to thermal expansion, meaning the iron heats up, and the particles gain kinetic energy and take up more space.
Technically, most things made out of iron, or most buildings, can as well. Welcome to thermal engineering and thermodynamics. Holy shit, a 108.7. Fuck, dude. That was Hamilton in
We've
front
only
of
got
us.
2 laps of fuel left.
Russell, that's the other one, that's right. Well, we should be good with the 108, but I'm still gonna use the rest of my fuel. What's wrong with my engine? Why is something red? Gearbox 60%. That's no bueno. That's the one of the major things that I need for this race is my gearbox. Hopefully this race will allow us to survive. Hopefully we can go 70 laps with that gearbox. Wouldn't be surprised if... Wouldn't be surprised if we could make it through the race, but I also wouldn't be surprised if our gearbox blew up and we get DNF'd or disqualified from this race. I mean, I would say even if we have to replace it before the race, I'll take the 10 grid penalty.
Trypophobia is the fear of closely packed holes, or, more specifically, an aversion to the sight of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps. No English muffins for them, then.
What about cheese? Does that count? Not bad turns there, but still 109, that's not too shabby. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But, alright, how much time we got left? Still have 5 minutes. That's right, it's 10 minutes for qualifying. Max up in third?
Australia is wider than the moon. The moon is 3,400 kilometers in diameter, while Australia's diameter from east to west is almost 4,000 kilometers.
Sounds about right. Alright, Ferrari and Mercedes. I don't think any of them are going to go back out on the track, which means we've secured pole position. Just kidding, there's Sainz and Hamilton. Okay. And Leclerc. Let's see where Sainz finishes. Sainz doesn't matter, it's Leclerc. And he already finished with, okay, 109.7. That works, we should be good.
The heart of a shrimp is located in its head. They also have an open circulatory system, which means they have no arteries and their organs flow directly in the blood.
Let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the
Are you
grid.
just reading a
Tiger,
fucking
Leclerc,
encyclopedia?
and Carlos
Pedia?
Sainz.
However the fuck you
With
pronounce it.
qualifying wrapped up
Like-
now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure
But
to
we
join
do
us
end
then
up with
for what will
qualifying
no doubt be
or
a
pole position.
fantastic race.
Very nice. Don't like that Max is in fifth, especially with both Ferraris being right behind me. Because I know Leclerc's going to be fast. He's getting sub 70 times. We should be fine though. Should be able to get enough of a gap on them, and then hopefully Max can fight for a podium. But all right, time to go to practice 2 and then get a sprint race in. And yeah, screw you, Lewis. You ain't getting no podium. Pole position.
A 73-year-old bottle of French Burgundy became the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold at auction in 2018, going for $558,000. The bottle of 1945 Romanée Conti sold at Sotheby's for more than 17 times its original estimate of $32,000.
Honestly, that's too much money for alcohol. It's important to qualify ahead of Max. Probably should have read that before, but not necessarily. Most of the time, yeah, it probably means that it's some pretty good alcohol, but make sure you take care. What I keep calling turn 2, but it's actually turn 3. Hey, same. 1, 2. That's, yeah, turn 3. I just can't get used to calling that little kink on the straight turn 2. What? Is that bottom left not turn 1? And take care because, as you're well aware, it's uphill. But as much traction on the exits non-stick frying pan. Coming to the last corner so you don't run out wide and lose time. Carry a lot of speed in, but you have to brake early. I noticed that, yeah, thanks Mark. Made it gold. Nah, bro, gold's sold less for that. Gold's cheaper than that, dude. I'm gonna open my window, because I'm already getting a little warm. Let's see. $500,000. Dollar wine. French Burgundy. Over $500,000 is 1945 Domaine de la Romaine Conti. Okay, how big of a bottle is it? Due to its extreme rarity, only 600 made. So yeah, it's not necessarily a good alcohol. It's just because wasn't as many made. But how big is the bottle? That's for our center. Definitely can't win face-offs. That's unfortunate. Okay, how big? Why did you... Okay. $1945 Domaine de la... $750 bottle size. Okay. So how much gold is 750 milliliters? I know it's not milliliter bottle, coming for wine and spirits, holds about 25.4 ounces. Okay, so we'll just say 25 ounces. The actual weight in gold content depends entirely on what's in the bottle. I'll measure not a gold weight. I know that. Pure gold, it would be extremely heavy. Okay, so we'll say price. I can type price of gold per ounce. As of January 16th, so damn, half an hour ago. Live gold spot price for 1 ounce of gold in US dollars. Ounce of pure gold, I'm assuming, is $4,600. What the fuck? That's insane. So, calculator. So if we do 25.4 ounces. Ooh. And we multiply that by, we'll just do 4,600 bucks. 116,000. So, yeah, you're missing 400,000 somewhere. If it was made out of gold. That's still insane. I don't think that's adding up because, well, ounce, there's 16 ounces to a pound. I don't know. That doesn't seem right, but let's see, let's do clear. We'll do 4610 and 12 cents times 25.4. You go up $1,000 or $3,000, I think. Only 1,000, yeah. So yeah, that is not worth its weight in gold. Unfortunately. So, what do we learn from this? Get into the wine business, not the gold business. But if you can't find the right wine, then I'd say probably stick with the wine, or with the gold business. Alright, on to practice 2. Need to get that fuel management and the track for my gearbox. So, our gearbox doesn't explode. Alright, I'm not going to do race strategy again because I'm not going to be able to get the tire wear. But we'll do fuel management here. 3 laps on medium compound. Let's do it. Just do a flying lap, why not? I don't remember what I needed to do. I know I need fuel management.
In this program, we want you to focus on your fuel saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
I generally do a pretty good job at that, but we'll see. So fuel management, good time. And then a clean lap and DRS, okay. Straightaway's gonna kill me though for fuel. All we need is a 114. That is not a clean lap, shit. It's fine, we got 3 total here, so we should be good. With it being a little bit of a faster track, though, it's going to be interesting to see where my fuel management is. It's definitely not on that first straightaway after turn 1. And then maybe not through here. Well, maybe, I don't know. But solid time, I'm going to get probably 111.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of
DRS.
valuable information out of that. Well done.
Yeah, I didn't get a clean lap, but we'll get that this time. Oh, I guess we did get a clean lap. Sweet. Oh, well. Oh, that program's done. Hell yeah. Holy shit, that turn sucks. Well, let's go back to the garage then. Why not? That's the wrong button. Wait. Alright. And then we just need to do a quick lap here. Yeah. Push up 7-0. Damn. We just need to get DRS activated within all the zones.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
Just doing this one for DRS. And then we can hop into the sprint.
Okay, DRS zone coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
There we go. I forgot when I first did this program that the stupid rain doesn't allow DRS. I don't know why. I know why, because it's dangerous, but it's almost also a little stupid. Because I'm trying to get programs done. What the hell? Oh, because I didn't carry enough speed? Fuck off, game. My bad for not wanting to send my fucking car into the wall.
Good work. You seem to have a solid handle on the lap. Let's try and perfect each turn. Remember that chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
Seems we might be doing a hard compound for the race. Potentially a medium compound, I don't know though.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding of this circuit.
Nuh-uh. I actually don't understand this circuit at all. Like, where are we again? I don't know. Much better turn there, beautiful. Yeah, it's fine. I didn't need that turn anyway. We had a solid anyway.
Program complete and a job well done.
Yay.
We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Did I not activate DRS in all the zones? Because that's automatic. I don't have control over that. That's fine. Stupid. 110.6, that should be fine. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to put another gearbox on after this race, but it should be fine. Just barely missing that first sector right now. Science has it as 130. We're at 169. Ah, microphone's back. Perfect. Okay. What happened? I just turned on my fan. I didn't. I don't know. Everything almost just went haywire for a minute. Alright, perfect. Max. Nice. Alright, he gets the best first sector time. That's fine. Sweet.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Tiger,
Oh, sweet. Is Max gonna be in
Verstappen,
second
and
then?
Charles Leclerc. And if today's practice is anything to
Sweet.
go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
I'll take it. I'm in pole, Max in second? Hell yeah. Come on, Max, you gotta up your game in practice, dog. Oh, yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. Stators? What the fuck is stators? 5 goals point. Nah, it's your teammates. They suck, not you. Oh, we have the sprint first. That's right. Alright, it's gonna be quick because it's only 24 laps, but yeah, might want. We're definitely gonna have to get some intermediates, or we're gonna need full wets potentially. We might be good with intermediates, but we should be fine. I'm monitoring the data closely from the pit as always. Pit wall as always, and if you need specific information, just get on the radio and ask. Okay, will do, Mark. We're up 4 points so far on Mr. Hamilton now. Oh my god, excuse me. Has to put me teammate to get a goal and they missed. Yeah, see, your teammates suck, not you. Well, my team did get all the parts that I wanted fitted, so they got them on before this race. Perfect. Like I said, we should be fine with that third unit for gearbox. But we will probably not. We won't. After this race, it won't last. We'll have to put a new unit on. But okay, let's go. I'll think about staying with one team. I might be leaving in the offseason. Honestly, I don't think anybody would blame you.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today? Off the
Yada,
back
yada,
of a
yada.
fantastic qualifying
Should be
session,
Max and I,
it's time
1
to
and
see how our
2.
starting grid looks for today's
Yeah.
sprint.
Oh, never mind.
Tiger lines
Leclerc's.
up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through
Oh,
the
was
rest
that
of the
just
grid
practice
today, we
that
have
Max was in second?
Sainz, Russell,
Yeah, he's
Max
in fifth.
Verstappen
That's fine though.
and Hamilton.
Alright.
Norris.
Okay, now that we've got some good points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Let's just do medium compound and then it's 24 laps, 4 extra laps of fuel will be fine for us, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. Alright. Let's get it. Maybe it's an alright start for us. Oh no! It's fine, everybody backed off. That works. It's a smart strategy. Beautiful turn 2 there for us. First couple of laps, there's no DRS. Max still in 5th. Not horrible though. He is right there with Sainz fell all the way back to 4th. Shit. I like that though. Have McLaren or have Russell and the Mercedes split those Ferraris. That's gonna be good for standings / points. Of course, with it being a sprint, we're not gonna really have much movement. And if it does rain, then we're gonna have to pit, and that's where movement is probably gonna hit the biggest or hit the hardest for some people. Already got a 2.5 second gap on Leclerc. 3 seconds to Russell, beautiful. We can continue with this kind of lead. For the next 20 laps, we got the sprint in the bag. And obviously we have 70 more laps on this damn track because of the actual race. But this will be good practice. See where everybody falls, see what Max can do. And then especially with a pit, with us having to go into pit lane and
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use
potentially
DRS
change
when you're within
tires.
1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Nice. They had 1 assist. 921. I need about 969 to beat the record. 7, what do I need? 71 would be 50, so 48 from 21 to 69. About 48 goals, which for you on average, if you can get about 5 goals, you're looking about 10 games away, maybe 9. Probably 9 to 10 games away. Yeah, that's definitely not bad at all. A quarter of your shots going in? Shit. Over a quarter of your shots. Damn. What's like the second best in the league for you guys, for you right now? Or I guess what's the record for like a season?
5 minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain.
Surely it's not like 20%, not really sure. If I can look it up after this sprint here if I remember. Or if you remind me. Because, like, I would assume that, you know, maybe like 15% that was somebody's best season. Because there's no way somebody's getting a fifth of their shots to fall behind the net unless they're, like, really selective about when they shoot the puck. On hat trick.
Record is 55 Gretzky.
Let's see. I'm gonna assume you got at least a hat trick in 80 games last season, and then maybe about 50 your rookie season. That'd be 130, and then I'm gonna guess at least 140. I wouldn't be surprised if you had 150, but I'll guess 140. I think they said about 5 minutes on rain, and I think that was around lap 2 or 3. So we might be seeing rain fairly soon. Yeah, those clouds are rolling in pretty close. 189? Damn. Have you gotten a hat trick in every single game you've played, then? I wasn't horribly off, pretty much. Yeah. I wanted to give, like, your first couple of games of, like, your rookie season, have, like, a grace period almost. But I guess you just started off rip then, damn. Some best players. I should have. I mean, yeah, you definitely can take that title as soon as you pass Gretzky for goals, I'm sure. And then points, you're nearing that as well, like. Basically 1,500 points. That's not. That's what, 1,900 points, right? For the record. Not a bad feeling, yeah.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.4 seconds.
Not a bad feeling at all. Next lap, I'll try to get an idea to where Hamilton is. Might be 6th. I think Russell and Sainz almost had they had a little battle there potentially, or did Verstappen almost pass Sainz? I saw movement top left. Max might get 4th here on the sprint. Hoping podium for him, but 4th is obviously going to be better than 5th. I mean, separate those Ferraris by another position would be even better, so.
They're sitting in 7th. The difference is 15.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 12.3.
They're sitting on 7 right now down. Norris is out. Ooh. Just a sprint, so it's not anything crazy, but that's gonna hurt McLaren's. Hopefully Ricciardo can at least finish top 10 for them there. But even with McLaren having an alright season, there's no contest between Red Bull and Ferrari. And you could probably throw Mercedes up in there as well for us right now. Well, it's been longer than 5 minutes, no rainfall quite yet, but it could fall any moment. Oh, just had to say
Okay,
something
be
there.
mindful of the conditions. The track's getting wetter. Recommend you stay out for now, though. We'll be much slower if we move on to inters this early.
There's some rain right there. And like our engineer just said, he wants us to stay out at the moment. I'm gonna try to wait an extra lap, let Max get his intermediates first. He's in 4th now, passes Sainz, beautiful. But I'm gonna, like it's just said, I'm gonna try to wait an extra lap. Hope that Max can get into the pits before me, get himself on the intermediates. And then that's when we'll
Okay,
go.
the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
We'll go after him. Potentially on same
There's
lap
a new
as a
strategy available on the MFD.
potentially on a couple. Let's just go on this next lap.
Understood. Copy that.
We'll do it lap 10. Why not? Because everybody's gonna go to intermediates. Okay, there goes Max.
Max is
Perfect.
coming in for his stop.
Yeah, I wanted Max to go first. Because now, more than likely, everybody else is going to go into the pits on this lap with
Check your
me.
MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, copy that.
I'm going to assume that everybody's going to go into the pits with me on this lap. Since Max went there, I don't like he's 5th, so everybody behind him must have already pitted, or they must have pitted with him on that. And
Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change.
we already have the plan to fucking go to the damn pit lane. Alright. Hopefully Leclerc, Russell, and Sainz all pit. Might be able to see him here in a second. Just kidding. Oh, we still get a camera angle behind us. Perfect. Okay, there's 1, there's 2, and we're ahead of him. Beautiful. Nice, 2.5 second. And top 4 pit. Beautiful.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Now hopefully Max can catch up and be right there with Sainz as soon as he comes. Yep, Max into fourth now, into third. Beautiful. Just need to catch up to Leclerc now there, Max. But podium, that's good. If he can stay there for 12 laps, that is more than plenty for what we need on the sprint. We know how the track handles. We had 4 wets during practice 1, so let's see. Max is only a second behind Leclerc, so 12 laps is still a lot of time. That's 12 minutes. We could potentially see Red Bull finish 1-2 here. Hopefully Max can make a move and get up into second to pass that Ferrari. Off the top of my head, I don't know what would be better. To have him stay third to separate the Ferraris. There goes Latifi. Shit, that's 2 racers now out of this session. Can't handle Austria apparently. But I don't know if it would be better to have Verstappen and Max in first, or in second, or third.
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Because if we have him in second, that puts the Ferraris a little bit closer together, points-wise. Or do we keep, or does Max try to stay in third and separate? I don't know. Points-wise, I don't think it matters. So I would assume that Max being in second would be the better option, but he's kind of losing Leclerc a little bit. Still hanging around a second, but he's like 1.2, 1.4. He's 1.4 right now. Yeah, Leclerc's losing him a little bit. Charles is definitely having the faster times there right now. But as long as Max can stay ahead of Russell, that third place finish for him, first place for me, that's gonna be beautiful for
The rain's
beautiful
getting
for Red
worse.
Bull.
Be very careful.
Ooh. There you go, Max. Nice move. What happened to Leclerc? Even Russell passes him. Oh, alright, now we got a close battle between Russell and Leclerc here. They're fighting back and forth right now. They are continuously passing each other. No one can decide who wants third at the moment. Max now has a 2-second lead on third, which is beautiful for him. But now the question is, do we want Russell to be in third, or should he try to get to, or should we try to root on Leclerc so we have the Ferrari separated on the standings? All Constructors Championship standings.
They're currently 6th. Okay, so the gap is 29.4 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Time last lap was a 1:19.2.
Hamilton moved up a position, but I think with Norris out, that kind of helped him. Russell still ahead of Leclerc. He's got about half a second gap on him now. I think they're on that first straightaway, looking at the times. 'Cause I think Russell got a good turn there on turn 1. And we should be seeing their time separate just a little bit more going into that second straightaway soon. probably want to root for Russell, especially with how far how far down Hamilton is on the sprint right now. Because if we can keep both Ferraris off the podium, that would be huge for us. It was landing on 8 laps to go, I think, here now. So in about 10 to 12 minutes, this sprint will be ours. Russell is kind of catching up to Max. He's got him to about a second right now.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
I'm hoping that Max isn't getting too comfortable there in second. He can continue to get a little bit more of a gap between the two of them, or at least maintain his lead over Russell. Wasn't that no? Jeez. I might not pass the puck to break the goals record faster. I mean, that's kind of what I did in the 2K to get the points record, so. I didn't want replay. I mean, it's valid. Because if you can get as many goals as you would total points, then there's no reason to pass the puck for any assists. Like, now I'd imagine you'd still get a couple here and there, just because, like, if you're double teamed and you have an open teammate, you'd pass it to them and potentially set them up for a 1T or something like that. But most of the time, just you take the shot, you know. As long as you're winning the games, yeah, I wouldn't be mad as your teammate. Because team sports, there's so many aspects to the game. Like, say I'm a wing or a center, and you're like my teammate. There's still so many aspects of the game that I could potentially impact. Where, like, right, you're a superstar as well, you know. Like, if I'm the center, I would try to, you know, win as many faceoffs as I could. I would play his best defense, create screens in front of the net, actually pass you the puck on a breakaway. Ooh, I see a victim. Is that Vettel? Come here. There we go. Yeah, see, I told you, you're probably gonna get a couple still, but nothing insane like you were getting. And come here, Mr. Aston Martin.
Gap to your teammate behind is 32.1 seconds.
I haven't even been paying attention to the top left. I've been just racing right now. I'm definitely going to catch this Aston Martin and then maybe the car in front of him. I saw one. Do have a fast section of the track here, though. Thank you, Mr. Vettel. Is that the other Aston Martin, or is that an AlphaTauri that I see? Looks to be an AlphaTauri. And who is you? You Gasly or Sonoda? Night, damn. Oh, I'm off the track. How much time do you have left in your game? You still in like the second period, or? Whoa, what the hell is that?
Okay,
Man?
heavy rain will be staying with us for a while now. At least a 20-minute window of heavy rain.
20-minute window, bro. I'm gonna be done in 5 minutes. We gotta see when we finish this race who's that frickin' AlphaTauri, because he about took me out of this race. About to start the third? Damn. You could probably end with about 11 or 12 goals, I would assume. Depending on what your shifts look like. That's an Alfa Romeo, I think, right there. Oh, shit. I lost it there. There's that heavy rain. Engineer might want to put us on full wets, but we're going to be done by the time that happens, I think. Play with the rules off? The fuck?
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
So you just, no offsides, no penalties, no nothing? Okay. Interesting. That would explain now why you score so many so quickly. Out of the way, Alfa Romeo. Alright, coming up on final 2 laps here on this little sprint. We got the other Aston Martin right here, and then looks to be a Williams driver.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 39.4 seconds.
Yep, we got Williams right there. Bye-bye. Still haven't seen the other Alpha Ferrari yet. I mean, he's right there. Oh, speak of the devil. So yeah, we'll definitely be able to tell who that first Ferrari one that was that we passed.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
I'm just following the car, not the line. See if we can at least catch that other Haas driver.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Got 2 turns to do it, basically. Because on that final turn, we are not catching. That's the fast turn. Might be catching right here. He's going over. We catch the Haas. Beautiful. There's for Daniel Ricciardo right there. Oh, he lets us pass. Beautiful. And that will do it for the sprint.
Brilliant job, mate. That's a fantastic podium. Super driving, really strong pace. I'm really happy. Well deserved.
What the fuck? I passed like half the grid. And Mr. Schumacher gets the driver of the day. Lane.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. Tiger increases their championship lead. It's
Let's
time to check
go.
out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. Well, that wraps up the sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow,
Sonoda.
so make sure you join us then.
Motherfucker about took me out. Alright. Solid sprint. I would assume that we do have a little bit up against our rival for the sprint. Nothing. That's fine. Alright, well we used medium compound for I think like 10 or so laps there. So it's that time again, I guess. Mark, are you nervous? I ain't. Sure, keeping a calm head. Hey, look at that. I am. Just try visually the first lap like we discussed. I don't remember that discussion, but okay. Turn on overtake mode for the start. Not too aggressive. Into turn 1 as there isn't enough margin for air. Watch the opportunities in turn 2 and then back up for the ERS and settle into a comfortable rhythm. Hopefully we avoid damage and be all set for a good race. Will do, Mark. Yeah, our gearbox ain't looking good. Let's see, what's 5 on 402? %, 68. Okay, 70 laps, 70 laps, 70 laps. So 400% is 70%. Well, a 100 laps is a quarter. 200, 300, 400. If 400 laps is 3/4, so it should last about 600 before it's like 100%, hopefully. Ten goals. Good job. hopefully this gearbox will last us for 70 laps. Alright, let's go. Let's get it, let's get it.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Tiger lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Sainz, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Bottas, Ricciardo, and Mick Schumacher, Gasly, Verstappen, Alex
Penalty,
Albon,
that's why.
and Vettel, Magnussen, Joe, Yuki Tsunoda, and Lance Stroll, Norris, and Nicholas Latifi. Now it's
I was wondering what happened to Max. I'm like, I don't see him top 5. What the fuck?
Davidson, and our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching out for as they head into
Why is my
turn
mouse
one?
on the
Well,
screen?
the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that
250
everyone is able to get
points,
off to a
God
clean start,
damn.
and this is possibly the trickiest
get it,
part
let's
of the
get it.
entire race.
Alright, what kind of strategy? We got 9 extra laps of fuel? Hell yeah, I'll take that. I'm gonna edit this strategy. I don't like the 40 laps. Let's do... Let's see. Okay, that's actually improving our time. Let's... 7.3... 373, 323. I like that. I like that a lot more. Okay, so lap 13 for softs to start, lap 40. Okay, 13:40. 13 to 40, okay. Because I know hard compounds, they last like 50 or so laps, I think. 40 to 50 laps. And that gives us our best projected race time. Okay. Beautiful. And then 26. Let's give myself 81 laps, 10 extra laps of fuel. All right, let's get it. I like that a lot more. I like that. Yeah, 10 extra laps of fuel. Beautiful. We may not need 10 extra laps of fuel, but I would much rather have it. Let's get it. It's an alright jump. For a second, right now there's... Take a little bit wider turn. It works out beautifully to get us ahead of Russell to start this race. Hamilton in 5th now with both Ferraris separating the McLaren, or the Mercedes. Both Ferraris in there separating the Mercedes. Too many M names. We are going to try to keep an eye out on Max. I think he was 12th to start the grid. I do need to race a little bit aggressively here, start this race in the first 10 laps, because we do have our expected pit stop on lap 13 to get to medium compound tires. So we're definitely going to be racing a little aggressive to start the race. I also see that there's a couple of other racers on soft compounds, 3 of the top 5. Looks like both Ferraris are the ones with the softs. That works. Already with a 113.8. Not bad, not bad. Already up to a 3.5-second gap on Russell there. I don't need to ask Engineer where Hamilton's at. We see him, he's in there at 5th at the moment. I see Max down there behind both Alpines, or Williams and Alpine. So, not looking too bad. I think he's 10th right now. After turn 1 next lap on the straightaway, I'll ask where he's at. Ask where Max is at. Okay, optimal second sector as well. Looking good already. Good turn there, little bump, that's fine.
Gap to your teammate behind is 7.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're sitting in 7th. Your last
7th.
lap time was a 1 minute 20.2.
Yeah, a minute 20, but he's in 7th, so he's made up a good couple of positions from 12th. He might become driver of the day with his penalty there. Depending on how Norris and Latifi finish as well, since they're on 19th and 20th from the start. If Max wants to continue the streak of being on podium, he's got a lot of work ahead of him still. But we also have still got 65 plus laps to go here, so. We got our first 111 of the race. Beautiful. Got a little bit of action. Russell down into 3rd now. Sainz making a move, and there's both Ferraris ahead now of Russell. Yee. Hamilton makes a move, gets himself up to 3rd. Interesting. Well, it's definitely going to be a battle between Ferraris and Mercedes today. Who will get the podium? Will it be split between 2 teams? Or between 3 teams, or just 2? Max was in 7th. Let's see where he's at now.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 14.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're sitting in 7th. And the time last lap was a 1:16.1. Gap to your teammate behind is 14.1 seconds.
1:16 time for him last lap. Still in 7th, but he's on fresh soft, so it's going to be interesting to see what our engineers have for both of us boxing. But we have Max boxed on lap 12 or 14 or something like that. Or do we see him box, say, lap 15 or something, you know?
That's Sainz behind you now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 8.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap was a 1 minute 14.6.
Said 3 stops. Are they going 2 soft compound then? Interesting. We do have lap 13 to 24 on our pit window. So I may want to... Well, we do have till lap 13, which is about 7 away, to see if we want to pit lap 13 or, you know, go another lap or two. Ah, shit. Not a bad turn, but not a great turn either.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
What you got for me? Change to 11?
Got that
Fuck.
confirmed.
Why would I go 2 laps earlier? That doesn't make sense. I'm looking to rejoin at 7th right now. If I did lap 11, that's gonna put me to like 9th or something. We may not be able to drive enough or fast enough to get or to be able to rejoin in first, so we might be mixing in top 5 on our re-entry from the pit window. But we'll see. I think we can just have a couple more good laps here. We can maybe grab at least a couple more positions on that re-entry. Like I said, our pit window's 13 to 24, so we can go at least a couple more laps, so if we need. A little bit of late break in there, but that's fine. Make it for the previous turn. Both Ferraris are back to back. Right now they're kind of bumper to bumper a little bit. Still in 7th on that re-entry from our pit. But with it just being such a fast track, I don't think we're really gonna make much difference there. I don't know. Would it?
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 15.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're currently 6th. Your last lap time was a 1:14.0.
So he's right behind Mercedes.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Max is on softs. I don't know if I wait for him or wait for the Ferraris. Hit first. That's fair, yeah. Wait to see if your team gets a little bit better. Signs in the clear might be having a little bit of a battle there.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
We'll probably just pit at lap 13 and deal with whatever position we get into, just so we can remember lap 40 as our second pit window lap. Solid turn there. Again, that turned down a little bit more and more each lap. I saw just barely the kind of gap that was between Hamilton and Max right now. I guess Russell now. It's not horrible. Alright, how we looking? 6th, okay.
In this lap, push now.
Let's see what the Ferraris and what Max do here. Our pit in this lap. 5th now, okay. And I don't have control anymore, perfect. Alright. Max is in 6th. We're looking to be ahead of Russell, potentially.
And
Alright,
away we
didn't
go.
seem like a
No
bad one.
problems,
2.8,
very
not bad.
smooth. Red Bull will no doubt be very happy with that stop.
Leclerc pits. Okay, Sainz stays out.
You only have to stop once now. One stop left.
Mercedes stays out. wider turn, but it's fine. I don't want to cut to the inside and hit anybody. Alright, we got Max behind us now. We need to get ahead of these Mercedes so I'm not screwing up Max. I think Sainz or Leclerc's in first right now.
Okay, we're looking at some gearbox wear, so try to keep the number of shifts to a minimum, please.
There goes Max. I think Sainz is going to the
Max
pits
is coming in for his stop.
Nice, good wide turn there. Pass Russell. We got Hamilton now. Let's go. Mr. Rival, eh? That means Max probably going to be in 6th on the re-entry, but that's fine. What's the inside here on Hamilton? Beautiful, to the inside there. And obviously we're going to take the outside turn here. Beautiful, we keep the line. Oh, it's a beautiful overtake on both of the Mercedes. Back-to-back laps. And the Red Bull Prodigy rookie takes the lead once again. Alright, lap 40, here we go. 24-ish laps to go now. Then it's to the hard compound, and then it's to the rest of the race. How much fuel are we looking at? Plus 8? Yep, almost 8.5 laps, that's fine. It's a faster track, so I gave myself 2 extra laps of fuel, which, like I said, if we don't need them, that's fine, but I'll take them. I'd rather have too much fuel than not enough. Because I know it's just going to get to a point where I'm going to have to fuel. If I still had the 8 laps of fuel instead of 10, I would have to manage it a little bit better, but with 10 laps of fuel, I don't have to manage shit. I can just go. Alright, new fast lap. Second 111 of the day. Sainz is on soft compound again, so he definitely went to soft strategy, which is interesting, but
They're in second, and the gap is 3.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. We think they've got one more stop, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 14.3.
they are on mediums. And Mr. Engineer, I don't know where you're getting your information.
Gap to your teammate behind is 22.3 seconds.
We're definitely getting to the point now where we can just kind of cruise. Still try to get good corners, good turns, and everything. Stay on the line as much as we can. But it's just going to be holding control for the rest of the race. Because right now, if we hit it now for some reason, we have the re-entry at third behind both the Mercedes, but so give another 20 laps and we'll more than likely be able to re-entry in front of them, especially with they still need to pit at some point. I'm assuming they're gonna go at like lap 25 to 30 with those mediums, and then go hard compounds for the rest of the race, or just do 2 medium strategy potentially, and just run 40 or 35 and 35. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see what Mercedes engineers decide to come up with on their strategy.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 26.5 seconds. gap to your teammate behind is 28.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're currently 6th. Time last lap was a 1:13.3. Okay, so that last lap was a 1:12.3. A mechanical issue means you've lost one of the gears, I'm afraid. Say again, you have lost access to one of the gears.
That's not good. What gear we lose? It's not 4th or 8th.
Right, we've looked at the gearbox issue, but I'm afraid there's nothing we can do. Try and drive around it, we'll just have to hope for the best. Remember, you've got a lot of torque in these power units, so you should be able to stay in high gears for a lot of the lap.
Hey, we did lose 4th gear. Yeah, we lost 4th gear. That kind of sucks. This 4th gear is what I use for these turns/corners right here. We should be fine for most of the race without 4th gear. Just gonna be interesting. Only at 72%. I can't remember if I lost a gear in that, like, my last gearbox unit in Unit 5 when I had to replace that one. There's 4th gear. Did we magically find it? I'd rather lose like gear 2 or 4. So if we magically found gear 4, that'd be amazing. That's I missed my eye there.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 31.8 seconds. Caution, caution. Okay, clear. Tyre condition still looking good. Gap to your teammate behind is 36.4 seconds. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Confirmed. pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 40.0 seconds. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
And away we go. No problems, very smooth. Red Bull will no doubt be very happy with that stop.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. mark here. You're causing unnecessary wear to your transmission. Try to take it easy or we're going to risk losing it. Gap to your teammate behind is 35.8 seconds.
Hydrant, you bastard! Hydrant!
No, it's not muted.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 40.6 seconds. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:11.0. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. laps of fuel remaining. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Well, our gearbox will survive.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Norris gets driver of the day.
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here in Spielberg. And rightly so. A brilliant effort from the whole team.
Where did Norris finish?
Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
I know he started like 19th or something, but Max started 12th and
Red
finished
Bull
in
put
second.
up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Like going outside of top 10 to second / podium finish. Nah, Max got robbed of driver of the day.
Let's see how the driver's standings have changed. Tiger increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
Let's
Well,
move on to the
19th
constructors.
to 8th,
And
that's
pulling
not too
further ahead
bad.
in the standings, it's Red Bull. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, what
The
an
8
end
points
to
from the
another
sprint definitely helped
fantastic
us with
weekend of
today.
racing. Thanks
And
to
then the
everyone
7th
who
from
joined us,
Max as
and we'll
well.
see you for the next one.
What? fastest lap? That was the sprint. That's right. I guess I didn't count fastest lap, but we technically had it because nobody else had faster than a 1:12. Guess it was gonna take 79 minutes. That shit took 86. Yeah, it's fine. But alright, 34 more points added to my lead. 25 extra added for Red Bull with Max there. Very nice. Jeez. It's 15-7 now. It was just 9-4, I think, right? Did we just miss driver claim 11? Damn. Lame. Alright. Hopefully now I can renegotiate a better contract with Red Bull here and actually make some money.
The contract renewal window has
Not just
opened.
like 50,000.
We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else.
Holy shit. That's a little bit of an increase. I mean, I might as well. It would be stupid not to renegotiate with Red Bull. Like,
Here you can make salary demands to the team. Any extra over your base salary will go into your perk fund. The more you demand, the lower the chances of our success. Do make sure that you don't go demanding anything unrealistic for your acclaim level. If you do, the team might refuse to negotiate any more with you in this negotiation period.
okay. Team demand. It's agreed to negotiate with you for a seat at their team. Only have time to negotiate with 3 different teams in a day. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot. So team demands is level 8. I'm level 10. I mean, 3.17 is... I'm fine with that, but I kind of want to go to 3.27 at the same time. High risk, I don't want to do that. But let's try 2.7 here. They'll give me 2.7, sweet. An extra 300k into our perk fund total. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use much out of that, but that's fine. Alright, now we have our next negotiation, our next contract negotiation, December 5th. But it seems like we're good for the rest of the season, because it says right there that we've successfully negotiated for a seat for the next 11 race weekends. So I'm pretty sure I could have gotten the 3.7, but I didn't want to push it too far since this is my first time negotiating a contract. So, but I'll take an extra 10 million. Or I guess that'd be 100,000. Never mind, not 10 million. Yeah, just an extra 100,000, but that works. Okay, yeah, 275 for that, 230 and fucking 500,000 there. I do like. I only have 300,000 to spend. That I'm assuming I won't have any extra perk funds until I get that next contract in 150 days. So for right now, I feel like my best option is driver acclaim. But at the same time, engine wear would probably be best with how I'm driving. It's built up from anything negotiated over their base salary during contract negotiations. These perks stay with drivers and increase their value to teams. Using the available money in your perk fund, you can purchase upgrades for your driver perks. Yeah. Alright, yeah, we'll just do engine wear for 230, and that leaves us with 70. So we need another $205,000 there. But we finally got our second perk perk, so the perk fund's what we have for money, duh. But we have our second perk now, so and then I'll probably put the next one into driver claim. That'll probably boost, or not boost, but that'll probably go up to 500,000 as well, so. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix some parts here. Get an estimate on how our car's performance is stacking up against our rivals. This will change week to week and race to race as other teams fit. Well, good thing I have that automated. I don't know how Ferrari has better cars than us, even though we're finishing ahead of them. Go ahead and take my Austrian trophy. And let's see, it's July, and I have till 442 laps. That's at 402, so we'll use our first unit here because it technically has the most laps, and then I'll save that fourth unit probably for the last couple of races. So, and then we do have a sixth potential unit, but alright, fit component, okay. And then control electronics is still at 19%. 39%. So we're probably a race or two away from changing out the turbocharger. Well, we got two good chargers at the ready, and then we have potentially two more as well. Probably won't. If I need to, I can use that third energy store. But we can also, yeah, get a new one if we need. But we still have unit 1 and 2 with total of like 500 laps, so same thing with these three as well, the motor generator, the MGU, and the ICE there. We have unit 1 and 2 for these three, and then if we need to, we have technically 5 and 6 as well, but alright. But we got the gearbox fitted, so we know we're gonna actually be able to race next weekend. We're technically above Max right now. At least perk wise. I don't know, I don't know what he has to spend. Yeah, that's just the driver perks. Not entirely sure what the how to get the ratings for me. That may just be with higher claims, but I don't know yet. But we went from, I think, $1 million market value to now $3 million. So we're only 5 away from Max now. Hell yeah. And then standings once again. Max is the second driver to pass 200 points on the standings. joins me up there, but I'm about to... Next race weekend, I'll have 300 points, yeah. Signs... He's been above 100 for a little bit now, but... Aston Martin's... An Alpha Ferrari and a Williams Racing. 4 racers with 0 points. Aston Martin still has 0 on the season in the Constructors' Championship, so. And as the Constructors, for the Constructors, for Red Bull, we'll get 500 points next race weekend, which will be very nice. It's really going to be a race for second between Ferrari and Mercedes. Let's see. Where... There's signs. So they finished 3rd and 6th, but both Mercedes finished between them. So... So it's going to be a very tight race for those two. Another trophy, and we're halfway there. I think we have 3 races to go, but I can't remember. Damn, we've driven almost 5,300 kilometers, damn. Closing in on 1,000 laps as well. Yeah, I think on most of these we can go 2 race weekends. Just have to look at our heat unit and then our engine, because they're at 39 and 41, and then our energy store at 40 is turbo. So we got about 4 things we got to keep an eye out over the next race. Turbocharger, energy store, the heat unit, and then the actual engine part. So, I mean, if we can push those to 60-70% before we replace them, that'll be good. Alright, let's advance some time up until the French Grand Prix. We got wing flaps, and energy store. Weekly resources is nice.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
The department has requested your attendance at today's meeting. Okay, what issue?
We'd like your input on.
I believe they are on the verge of a major breakthrough and require your time in the simulator immediately. I mean, head to the simulator, attend the meeting. Okay. That they are on the verge of a major breakthrough and require your time in the simulator immediately. It would mean you missed an important meeting with the durability department. Stick with the current schedule. Like, they may be through a breakthrough, but my durability department, I don't want my car to break down.
Thanks. I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
And I can always fucking hop in the simulator tomorrow. Like, yeah, at least all 4 of our departments have high morale. That's good to see. And we're back on top with our vehicle performance. Like to see that, and that's still pending. Oh my god, excuse me. But, alright. Wait. Choose rival duel. Ooh. Well, that sounds fun. Well, at least we have something to look forward to. Alright. Quick outro. Thanks for watching, Night Screen says. Gamer, thanks for hanging out. Anybody else, drop a follow to the socials down below. Helps me out. Which I very much appreciate it. And of course, as always, till next time.